Okay then, so once you've finished putting all your bits of ground together, it should look like mine. I'll just show you how I've layered mine together. So I've hidden my layers now, but as you can see, that's the layer I started with, and then I've created lots of layers out of different bits of the image. Just put these in different places at different angles, different sizes, and just created my ground. But I've left bits of brown in and around there as well, just to sort of add to the texture of it. Now once you've done that, we want to colour correct it. Okay, it don't really match the colours yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is select all my layers that make up the ground, and I'm just going to merge them by pressing Control and E on the keyboard. Okay, I'll call it rocks. And then once I've done that, I can add an effect to it. So I'm going to select that layer, add a new adjustment layer to it, and it's going to be a hue and saturation layer, which will allow me to change the colours. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is just create a clipping mask. So I'm going to right click on this hue and saturation layer, tell it that it is a clipping mask for the rocks layer, which is wonderful, and then I'm going to change the settings of it. So I'm going to set the hue, colorize it first, so put a tick in the colorize box. I'm going to set the hue for this one to 33. I'm going to set the saturation to about 17. I'm going to leave the lightness alone, so now those rocks match the background colour a little bit better. And then once I've done that, I'm going to just paint a little area using black, I believe, just to save an area that I can put a lake into in a few steps time. So I'm going to just put my brush on, I'm going to drop the size of it to about 20 something, and then just sort of around here I'm just going to paint about there, and I'm going to turn that into a lake in a few steps time. Again, you can just see there that I've only done a little bit. Okay, and then what we're going to do, just to finish this video off, is going to create a new levels adjustment layer and clip it to the ground layer. So new adjustment, levels, tell it that it's a clipping mask, there we go, and I'm going to use this particular setting, so I'm just going to change this all the way down to about 30, and obviously that's going to have an effect on these rocks, but obviously I'm not going to leave it like that because that would look a bit silly. So with a soft round brush, quite a big one again, so let's go up to about that size, make sure it's soft, and then what I'm going to do is making sure that black is my foreground colour. I'm going to just paint where I want these rocks to be lightened. Okay, so I'm just going to drop the opacity down a bit so that it's not too harsh, and then I can just paint where I want this to happen, like this, so up to about there. There we go. So once I'm done, it should look like that. I don't know if I'm really happy with that though. I think I'm going to go back a few steps, and I'm just going to drop my opacity a little bit more, because that effect was quite a bit stronger than I would have liked it to be. So I'm just going to layer this up a little bit more this time with a lower opacity brush, just so that the edges aren't too much different. like that. So that's a bit better now. That just layers them up. So I'm going to leave that like that. Okay, what we'll do in the next step is we'll have a look at creating a little lake as well. So I'll see you in the next video.